when they take away their opponent's map pick. It was a difficult little run in the middle. The comeback from sAw, nearly a repeat, but on the reverse of yesterday. It's unfortunate, as we were just saying there, Trav. 3 maps in a row now that we've seen sAw almost win out on, whether it's from a advanced position or whether it's from behind.
Yep.
But they haven't done it. So really difficult stuff now, and forZe are a much better Dust2 team than one win. I can understand, as we've said, they want to expand their map pool, but this is a tough place to do it.
It is. Also with the PC50 looking for the progression toward mid. He might have shoulder spotted or jump spotted one of them, but there are now 2 players up here, and they actually haven't relayed it over, so they didn't see it at all. Managed to get up quickly, and Daughter cannot hit the taps right now. Neither can anyone, it seems, at the moment. He survives on 17 HP. forZe have long control off the back of it. And yeah, I mean, for sAw to be in a situation where they're getting very, very close maps, but not being able to transfer it into a win, unfortunately, they've chosen a bad tournament to do it, because this is a brutal one. 2 BA3 losses, and you're in elimination. Relegation.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, man, we had some really weird sort of spots with the old format and whatnot. Asia still uses it. NA, I believe, still uses it as well. So we did have some really weird spots with that. And, yeah, I think that this is a bit better for me. A few more stakes. Makes it a bit more exciting in the early games at the very least. It's only like the second half of the season that really matters on the older format.
Helps the schedule too.
Yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, absolutely right. And just some teams were like, look, man, it's a bad week. We've had so many games. We unfortunately just don't really feel all that bothered. What's happened over here, Jerry? He couldn't finish it perfectly, but that's a nice little 2-piece for him. forZe will get the round nonetheless.
That's classic stuff from forZe there. Lovely flashbang. Sends Jerry in. Gets himself 2 kills. Could have probably knifed the guy on the site if he really wanted to. He was so blind, but... You know, obviously he had no idea that 1 right click would have been enough to take him down. In the end, doesn't matter. Of course. 3 kills for him and a very nice clean-up. Kenzie with 2 of his own. He's also checking for the lower tunnel aggression, going for the duel with a scout, and gets his tag towards Story. Story versus Zorta has been a pretty interesting battle so far in this one, and Zorta, with the help of those... hell of a shot toward Roman. With the help of those flashes and the pistol as well. Up to 3 assists now in the game, of course. ESL servers do count assists, so always interesting to see that when we cover these games in particular.
Alfie. Good spot for him. Could get a double here as well. Not going to be the case though, just being a bit annoying. The thorn in the side of the T side there. Nonetheless, the A bomb site remains open. Here we go. Shalfie will eventually get his 2. And now just Story on that scout. So no danger in this round, it looks like. forZe nice and easy, nice and clean. They lose the 1 player, but you know, it happens, and they trade it well. They keep the money looking pretty healthy in the early stage of the first half.
Zorta will assert some dominance there toward long. That was just a pure hold of A. And a lovely headshot on his fellow scouter. Maybe it wasn't a hold of A. Maybe it's something weird like Mezzi or Fascia. Who knows? I assume it's A.
I would have thought so.
The common man.
Does Fascia have the weird binds?
It's Fascia and Mezzi. Both on Fnatic now, hilariously.
Yeah, I know Mezzi does, but I didn't realise Fascia had
there's a famous video of him like saying, "Oh, I use semicolon to crouch, I use space to walk, left click to what?" Stuff like that.
Yeah, Mezzi's is pretty bad. He like walks with his mouse.
Right click, I think. I think that's the same as Fascia, pretty sure.
Why?
I think it's like maybe old Quake controls or something. I don't know. There's definitely a game that Fascia played when he was younger that made him couldn't use that.
Okay.
I think it's something to do with one of the games he played with his dad, I think. I remember seeing the interview. I'll have to find it again. It's one that I always like to bring up because it's funny. You know, main reason.
I know a few people that use ESDF to, you know...
I kind of get that, you know. I do kind of get that. I think that's pretty fair. Because it means you can reach more keys.
You could probably put your nade binds, but...
Yeah, I have nade binds on my mouse, so it's fine. A mouse with a lot of buttons on.
Yeah, I think it's that one's from Video Game High School, if anyone remembers that out there.
Damn.
Yeah. One of the lessons that they teach or whatever, you know what I mean? These guys are meant to be elite gamers, but they need to know WASD is better than ESDF. So there you go.
Yeah. I understand that, though. I mean, you know, sometimes you want more keys on the left-hand side. So it can be handy. Walk out toward mid. Or forZe will be stopped. The first attempt by Muturis, but a grenade from kenzie finishes him off. Nicely placed. He tried to hop away, but couldn't make it happen. Now Zorta will join up with kenzie on this mid push. Shelfie will be the one to take the bomb. Minute to go. Just watching for mid. Oh, the timing! Taps him down in the end. Oh, what a recovery. That was so calm as well, considering. I guess he realised in that scenario that spraying is basically impossible and tapping is the only way forward. The Molotov being used as a peek here for Shelfie, and it works out beautifully. Damn. We saw Munazy do that, didn't we? In an afterplant on the A-bomb site very recently, but not to take it through Cat. 2v3, round on, but now it's a lot harder. Shelfie stuck on the site looking to try and take a duel, and Ujerks finds him. So, nice idea with the lack of a smoke to use a molly instead. In the end, it's a clean one for forZe. Or for sAw, sorry.
Yeah, looking good, answering back early, which, again, as we talked about, really, really important here for the life cycle of this map. See what forZe have got in the back pocket to answer back immediately, as those early rounds went well, and they got a bomb plant here. The money is really nice, actually, so bit of work for sAw. They will recover an AWP. So I'd like to see something a bit dynamic. Now, that's a great little B spawn. They might try and do something off of it. Certainly not a long spawn, though. So, nothing going to happen at the old long house. Okay, so it looks like they're going for more of a defaulted type round rather than maybe try and burst a player out towards B fast. Pretty rare that finds success, but it can mix things up, you know.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it's just a pretty usual B-sided default here.
Zorta with his very flicky style. I mentioned it earlier. It reminds me of a lot of the flashy AWPers out there, but it's actually very, very unique. The way he moves his mouse, the way he moves around. Yeah, you definitely know if it wasn't Zorta playing at his PC, put it that way. kenzie, looking for some entries towards short. Has already locked Story in the corner as well, looking for the third, but not to be. Ujerks gets a really important trade there and falls back down towards CT to retain the 3v3. Shelfie holding for the just aggression and gets the frag. Maybe just didn't necessarily need to do that when they'd recovered the 3v3, but I guess maybe when they'd lost a couple of picks, he was maybe already in the process of doing it, as all the attention was taken elsewhere. So it's a mistake that's easy to make, and maybe even class it as a mistake. Is going back to check Ujerks, but Ujerks is too accurate. He's really sharper today than he was yesterday, that's for sure. Molotov stuck towards, or the cross there, to again try and cross the CT position. Anything they can really do with it. But Molotov stuck on short, or sorry, bomb stuck on short. And now it's only Norby left, so tough situation. Behind the smoke. As an incendiary to pick up, that might burn Ujerks out of that cubby, and the grenade will help out as well. 14 seconds, there's no chance here. I think Roman's already running away just in case. He tried to nab it, but there's no time to plant. He'll get killed in the back if he's not careful here. Has to hold. Ujerks. And he's taken down after time. Big frag.
Yeah, it really does affect the buy, actually. He was one of the wealthier players, so they might just go down the middle instead of buying in. They can afford lost bonus stacking up, but you'd need a bomb plant. And I think they want to keep pressure on. I think half buy, then full, is better than full, then eco. Is kind of the potential that you're looking at here, right? Very unfortunate there. Maybe should have read in a bit faster. I suppose it's a bit wacky for the CTs to be pushing down mid. There was a player in T-Spawn. Now, back in the day, he would have spotted those players come in. The AWP on short has got more info to work with. But the new, don't know what we call it, mate, massive block in the way means that he can't see them. Yeah, so his short compadre gets taken down. And that is indeed a difficult one. So, yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I will say, though, maybe they needed to be conscious of the fact and try and group up with that bomb a bit faster. Just so that if someone did go down, you know, you can trade or you can get control of the bomb back. But yeah, they've decided to go for the full buy here, Trav. And I've obviously said that I'm not a big fan of this one. It really does put a lot of weight on this round.
It does, but they do get 4 rifles with decent util, so I think I understand it. If you can get 3 or 4, you usually tend to go for it, don't you? So, let's see what they can do with it. Grenade should be pretty tasty, but they just walk ahead a bit, so that's a good job there from forZe to avoid that one. We just rotating around towards CT. Re-smoke the mid doors as well. So you could see forZe back away up toward tunnel when they saw that nade coming back in. And Jerry advancing to avoid it as well. Story yet to frag so far in this one, but Ujix is having a good, decent game, so that's important for sAw. Utility being swapped over. You can see the discussions coming in right now. I think that's the jump throw molly. Or window there. Or indoors, I should say. There is one that you can do under window. Outside B, well, that can molly short, I believe. A bit of a jump throw on the CT side. He just gets the first kill. And now 5v4. Short is going to be the play.
Lost another AWP. Going to have a field day here. They really don't have enough utility to deal with him. Just Zorte left now. Do 20 seconds. The smoke buys him a bit of room. That is a hell of a shot, but on the left eye as well. Really, really tough to hit, but he's just got so many to get past. And the flank comes through. Just will take him down. And 3 for 3 now. Like I said, I'm not a big fan. You don't get the bomb down especially. You really screwed money-wise, so I'd say hard eco this one. They'll probably get some deagles into it, though, on an autopilot, but you really do need to watch out for sAw building up that momentum.
Indeed. And CT side is where we had a pretty decent run yesterday, of course, as well. We, of course, have to keep mentioning that 15-7 loss. 8 rounds in a row, they lost to up overtime. Nice shot from Norvi, considering that nade was coming in, and it actually does take Zorta and Norvi down quite low, even though he was already in the grave. At least Norvi got his frag. Utris only going 1 for 1. Kenzie top mid with his deagle, ready to go for a bit of a swing, I think. 3 players sort of organised right now in this position, but the AWP is in position and there's a rifle here to support it as well. And that's a good protocol to have on a round such as this, right? So often you see the AWP on its own, maybe even a rifle on its own as well is not the best thing. But in a closely knit position like mid doors, having a rifle with alongside the AWP is a nice little thing to have. A bit of comfort.
Story getting tagged down a little bit through the doors. Nearly finished, actually. They've got to watch out. Roman's going to take one in the dome. So 3 versus 3 is not a bad little look now. They had some more utility or even just an AK. I would give them the benefit of the doubt on this one, but they don't. What? And just. Lovely. He's looking crisp. So is Kenzie. Goodness gracious. He walks into the crosshair of the AWP, but 3 kills where they had no right in finding any, to be honest.
Lovely stuff from Just. And he was the man alongside Roman that was looking particularly sharp yesterday, to be fair. Remember the Just surf on Ancient, on the bricks on the E-bomb site. And the Roman 2k clutch to finish it off as well. Was a clip to talk about. Zorta, brilliant timing. Just as Muteris advances is when he swings, and unfortunately for Story, he can't trade his teammate. They do go aggressive toward B in the response though, and because of that, they actually even the round back up again. And I wouldn't even say it's even anymore, because those trades, going 2 for 1 in tunnels, drops the bomb. So forZe are going to have to fight their way back into this. sAw are trying to join up together to hold that. So a great piece of work there from sAw. We saw them do it yesterday a couple of times. That was also successful. Can forZe recover it? They are going to leave it now and call the decision to let them have the bomb back. Not sure if I like that too much, to be honest.
Getting a bit weird and wild. I mean, trying to pull off some kind of a read here. Two of them going into lower
I like
tunnels.
it, actually. I like this.
Maybe. They're being watched. Oh, the timing. Wow. Did they really let them get the bomb back, Trav? Eh? Is it all a ruse? Norway's maybe found a gap, but yeah, sAw playing some very dynamic Counter-Strike on this one. Nice find for Norway, but 30 seconds. There's no chance he wins this round, is there? To get in, to get kills, to get the bomb.
Smoke up as well.
He's been smoked off now as well, yeah. I think a tag might have landed onto Roman. That's actually mad unlucky. Let's see. He's got a full belt of utility. But what do you do? It's not like this is really an engagement that he's very used to, so... He's just going to dip. He might even get taken down. Ooh, nice find. But no time to get anything else done. So, sAw with some really nice little moves that are catching forZe off massively.
Yeah, you know, I said I didn't like it when they gave up the bomb. I understand why now. Walking through mid and walking 2 through lower is honestly a bit of a genius play. Obviously, lower can be a hard place to clear out sometimes. So what they did was basically just clear out mid, get the information that mid was open and completely free of any lurking forZe players, and then they decided just to walk back again. And I think that was a really nice call. And then the only choice when they see the bomb has disappeared is that they've either gone T-spawn or B-site. And you'd think they'd use utility for B-site. So T-spawn was obvious, and U-Jerks gets 1. And I think, as you say, pretty sure Zorta was quite unlucky. If Zorta gets 1 pick onto one of those advancing players, pushing him down, then it's a 2v2, and it's a completely different round. So, because Norvi, in the meantime, did manage to deal the story after dropping down CT, right? So, that was a big threat removed. All hinged on that 1 kill, really. Zorta couldn't stay alive. Now, a quick pause coming in to try and see what forZe are planning. Norvi has got obviously, a gun to drop over. They are going to buy up. Shalfie's brought down to 150. Got an AK and a couple of bits of utility that you would expect him to get. On a side note, there's a very annoying alarm going off outside, and it's starting to annoy me. Maybe you can't hear it at home. It's annoying me, but it's...
No, I mean, I can't hear it on Discord, so I'm
Excellent.
not sure. I'm sure Mr. Producer Kai would let us know.
It's quite loud.
Can see why it would be annoying. Sometimes the house phone rings. That kind of distracts me. So
Yeah,
it makes me jump a little bit. It's quite close to where I am, actually. So, these things happen.
Like 3
Is
rounds.
it a car alarm?
I don't know. It's been like 3 rounds this alarm's been going off.
Probably not a car alarm then. If it's getting nicked, they're not doing a very good job. You know what I mean? Alright. Let's see. forZe need to get something back on the board here for me. sAw are kind of outplaying them in the mid-round. It's definitely kept even. sAw maybe realizing that, look, individually it's going to be tough for us. So let's make some wacky reads. Now, how long can those last is the thing until forZe go, right, let's make sure we check all our angles, always keeping the guns up, make sure we're not getting timed on. Eventually you are going to start getting savvy to it, you know? So sAw might actually have to win a few more legitimate rounds here to solidify this first half.
Indeed. Probably the best thing to do. We need to just try not let forZe get any early map control, but they have actually let them through mid this time. So forZe haven't really gone back to the obvious long pops with flashes and to try and get control of it because they haven't really had the utility the last few rounds to buy up constant flashes for it. And already Shalfie's been taken out, so the B split has to come in with no one coming through tunnels. That's always difficult. And the push through from Mutuus is absolutely spot on. It's a nice trade from Norvi, but there are 2 players on B, and that's a beautiful swing from Roman again. Easy double headshot. Leaves Jerry last alive toward tunnels. He did try and go back toward tunnels to go for that split aspect of this play. But it's not worked out, and sAw are about to reach 6.
Really solid stuff. Really solid stuff. forZe still have a lot of room, and these rounds have been incredibly slow, even for a Dust2. So maybe if we get a pace change up from them, Still not getting those long spawns, right? So I think that's generally where you'd be like, right, let's change it up. Let's go fast. They may try and go for a fast B. It's a decent enough B spawn. It is a half buy as well. So yeah, we're expecting things to change up a little bit in these next couple of rounds because it's just getting too easy for sAw to work around them, really.
The alarm has stopped, so I'm happy.
Nice.
My ears can now relax and listen to very loud guns instead. Muterus. Looking ready to drop that grade into lower again. Could be spot on. Oh. Definitely 100 damage over those 3 players.
I don't know, bro. They want the B play, but they're a bit timid. They're a bit timid with the fast. Still trying for a burst play out towards long. sAw doing a really good job. And look, the thing is, when you're not going for like early presence and things, this sort of conditioning, you have to, very simply on Dust2, right? You have to threaten long hits. You have to threaten short hits. We've not had any of those threats from forZe so far. So they know that they can probably just hold their smokes for a good while. sAw are also doing a really good job of trading smokes around onto different players. And yeah, you see U-Jerks because of it. He holds them back. He gets 2 kills. And now with there only being 30 seconds left, it's like, where else are they going to go? So they might as well rotate everyone in. Now, keep your eyes on Norway. He doesn't have the most amount of HP, but he could cut a player or 2 off on the rotation. Opts to play it a bit safer. Nonetheless, now just he and Shalfie. Shalfie with this AK is going to have to do so much. He's managed to make it across. I think cleanly. I think, yeah, he should be able to get that bomb down. I was going to say, I'm not sure if we have a short presence, but no, we don't. So, perhaps a small oversight coming in from sAw. It will be left all down to Shalfie. And they've got to know exactly where he's at. He's trying to take a fight early, but a really nice flash to force him back and therefore allow the gap to close here. And you can see they are just working around really, really well. He's going to need to hit some incredible shots. It doesn't happen for him. sAw will find 7.
That's tough for Shalfie. He was trying his best to isolate a duel, but forZe were just, sAw were just trying to converge on his position and keep themselves mobile, so not stalling. I remember a very long time ago. I remember Kenny S saying to me, "Indecision is the worst thing you can do in Counter-Strike Global Offensive." So there was no indecision there. So got them all close to give Shalfie no chance at all to even isolate anything. That's a nice 7th for them. So decent CT half so far, I have to say. forZe struggling to get anything going for them on the east side really in the last few rounds. And Devi's going to be owned by this grenade as well. Has to peek ahead of it to try and at least do something. Roman takes him out, and that long pressure isn't going to work. Nothing now long at all. And it's going to be the short play instead. This time Norvi and Kenzie are trading nicely, and that headshot toward Muterus is beautiful. Maybe that's the way in. Hit the headshots. Kenzie needs to try and find one more, and does. U-Jerks will go down. And just like that, forZe, with a bit more of a faster A split, have found a way in.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of it for me. Like, pick up that pace. We do get a bit unfortunate. Will lose a player. At the very least, his sacrifice not in vain. He's got that bomb onto the site and everything. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm talking about, man. Go a bit faster. It's taken them a while to maybe figure out that the slow plays just allow sAw a bit too much room. And like you say, go click the heads. Now, conditioning might be a bit of the move, as we like to say. But I would also argue that, you know, they are just the better players. Like, yeah, that's my analysis.
No, I think
no chance for Just, because I know Zorti ain't gonna miss that shot, and he doesn't. So there you are. 4 rounds now for forZe. Takes a bit of time, but they're back on the board.
Yeah, and of course, a lot of the rounds have been close as well, so the sAw economy is kind of all over the place, to be honest. They're going to try and even it up with the purchase of an AWP, an M4, MP9, FAMAS, the wide variety. Nade is used to create some dust on the ground and cross without having to use a smoke. See that before they change the sort of mid area. Roman almost getting caught there. Kenzie having pushed quite a far way down. And we'll stop you jerks. That's a lovely entry. You jerks may be going a little bit too aggressive there. Wasn't need to really give up his life so early on in the round, I would say. In that scenario, but now forZe are going to go back towards short. Shalfie will prime his Molotov. He'll probably be the one to hold for a couple of rotations. Smoke's coming in. Mutus is spotted. Oh, he's lucky to get away with his life there. He's going to try and escape into CT, and that's a big miss from Story. He's under pressure now. Glass cannon AWP. How aggressive is he going to go because of that? Very is the answer. And it makes it work for him. Lovely frag toward Norvi. And forZe have left the situation entirely. They've gone back toward B.
Just. Great little angle. Needs trading. Oh, he's working this beautifully. And he will get traded, but the rotations are already in. sAw right back through. What a fantastic hold coming in from just on top of the car. And as you say, there is a fair amount of indecision on some of these moves. Really, really panicking. And sometimes you just got to send it, but it's rough. Pause coming through. forZe. I'd imagine we're going to get a lot out of their CT side, but they do need some rounds to work with here, and it's very shaky. They seem to be lacking in that confidence, lacking in that braggadocious move that we usually see from them.
Agreed. Tell you who's also feeling like that at the moment. NIP. They lost the first map to Fnatic 16-4. That was Fnatic's pick, sure. Their pick of Overpass. Fnatic are 12-0 up right now in Pro League. That's pretty wild. Campus has yet to get a kill. He's 0-11. Roy is 20-6. It's glorious right now if you're a Fnatic supporter. What a time to be alive. As for the current situation on our stream, as you so rightly say, sAw are pretty decent at the moment. They've confirmed the lead on the half. They're really stalling forZe, I feel like, and a lot of the plays they want to make. forZe are sort of caught off early half. With the lack of flashes for long and stuff like that. So we're putting a stop to all those plays. Now mid is the idea again.
Minute left. Is this the first proper, clean, trickle smoke play that we're going to see from forZe? Maybe. But they're not even going with it.
SMH.
Well,
SMH.
It's a bit of a bait out. It is a bit of a bait out, of course, as well, to just get some of that utility away from the CT side.
Shaking my
What
SMH.
is the move here? Alright. They've gone for the split smoke. Can't catch a break. And looks like they maybe wanted to go through it, but Muterius is just eating them alive here. Able to make it around the corner, but Jerry takes his head clean off. There was a threat out towards long, but it has been dealt with now. 3 versus 2. They've dropped the sight, so there is that at the very least, but can they survive the retake?
They can. Very easily. In the end, the retake is absolutely glorious from sAw. They're giving them no chance at all. It's honestly fantastic right now. I'm so impressed. You mentioned that forZe love this map. I mean, I can just tell you, like, some of the results that forZe have had on it in the past. sAw, I mentioned, they've only played it twice. Both against 1 win and not very close to each other. forZe have beaten 9, Monty and Gentium. They've played against Bad News Eagles and Challenger League. They've beaten them pretty comfortably. And Bad News Eagles aren't a bad Dust2 team. In the past, they've played Sprout. Beaten them pretty nicely as well, pretty handily. Even back in Repub League, around 3 months ago almost, they were beating the likes of Imperial pretty nicely too. So, yeah, at the moment, the team is struggling in this season of Challenger League, and sAw are taking advantage of it, in this half at least.
Looking really good over on B as they are trying to flash their way through. There's 4 CTs ready to go pretty quickly, though. Molly going to come in. Just will catch 2 on the way out. What a fantastic half from this guy so far, as he keeps on going for the 4K. Glorious. 10 secured, 11 definitely on the cards. Without the pistol, this would have been an absolutely dominating half. So really, really impressive stuff.
Yeah, beautiful. But I wouldn't count forZe out, especially going on towards CT side with Zorto when he gets his AWP out and stuff like that. I think pistol, obviously, it goes without saying, it's going to be obvious, but we're in a situation a bit like Nuke, where forZe, they could win the half relatively nicely. And then win the pistol and get to 12-6. sAw could be the same here, but maybe even just a round better off. This time the A player's a little bit faster. Out toward long with all the flashes and everything. And that is a great response from Story. Out toward mid aggressively. And poor old Mutuus is stuck in toward Car. But I don't think they're going to check him because the Molotov is still there. They're putting out utility. That's a problematic situation. Oh, Jerry recovers it. They hadn't checked it, they weren't aware, but the flash is excellent from Story again. He's been great on those to send his teammates in over and over. Back into a man advantage for sAw now. Nice line through the smoke, and it switches back.
Alrighty then. Story to hold for the 11. They know where he's going to be at now, but the AWP, it's a pretty good fight for him. If he can find one around the smoke, they're going to spot him 100% now, and will take him down low. Rough peek for him as well. And just sort of faking out, trying to get him to peek in. Plant will come through. Story probably going to try a peek off of it. He has to be so quick here, and it's just not happening. And now they're not really giving him anything. Waiting until he probably commits up short. Sort of holding him at bay. He's trying to find the in. Ooh, does get the tag, Jerry. He moves across, and so he should. That second one definitely would have hit him. Jerry will peek out, finds the 5th for forZe, and it's business as usual in the final round, but goodness gracious me, what a turnaround from sAw. We'll see whether the 10 is going to be enough. It's looking good. forZe, though, scary CT side, I'm sure. Let's catch it after the break. Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the second half. sAw looking really, really good in that first one. forZe, small bounce back. They're going to need the pistol here for me if they really want to make this one look doable. shalfie needs to be careful. This is a dangerous spot to find himself in. It's an info gathering mission, and for the time being, he does remain alive. Meanwhile, the bomb, where is it going?
All the way back to T-spawn, by the looks of it. Maybe to go for a B play. We do have a sort of a default in tunnels anyway, just from just. Funny how the word just has two different meanings sometimes. And two different pronunciations. But anyway, Norvi, toward the back of the site, is playing that pretty grimy angle where it's sometimes very hard to hit a headshot with Glocks. So let's see how many he can get from that position, and if he gets too blind, maybe. The Molotov from Rowan could finish him off, really. Probably what the Molotov is for in this play, and that's exactly where it's going to come into. He's now in trouble. Angle cannot be played anymore. How many taps can he get? He can get one, which is a very nice one, but now there are teammates to help him out. He'll get a second as well, even make it 3. Oh, he's somehow alive, still at the back of the side. Oh, and he even steals away a 4th. How about that, Norvi? I thought that position that I was just bigging up might get ruined by that Molotov, but somehow he still makes a round-winning play.
Gorgeous stuff. Absolutely love to see it. And forZe, with that, they will indeed be on the turnaround here. We'll see whether they can string them together, whether they can keep it rolling. They deny the bomb plant. That's pretty important. We've got a scout out here for Story, but everybody else on the eco. So he'll probably get a scout into the next round, I would have thought. And, you know, early AKs for everyone else. Lovely stuff. Nonetheless, forZe, they'll have the chance to get a 7. You would imagine that they should. And, well, they keep it rolling here. The gap could close a lot faster than expected. Nice tag out. So many M4s into this round, though. They are definitely anticipating the early AKs.
Early taps from long range from shalfie. He's wary of the scout, though. Very long range taps with the MP9. He's done some dirty stuff with the MP9 in the past on this map. I remember a couple of clips that I casted of him. Making some great plays with MP9 on buy rounds too. Yeah, of course. The fact that sAw only got 10 on their CT half in the end. I mean, they deserved their win in that half, no doubt about it. They were the better team, but the fact that forZe win the pistol just like that, I mean, it's a lot closer game than the, ironically, than the nuke one would be, or will be. So let's see. Story sticking with the scout as well, of course. All he has is a smoke. And not even a helmet to go along with that. So, not the best start the economy for sAw on this second half. Possibly he could have saved a little bit more. Get more util. But I think they have what they want for the plan they want. You know, 4 smokes is most certainly enough to get some control. Flashes for long, perhaps. And Justice brought up at the end as well, so there's some extras being added in here.
Okay, here we go. Zorti going to go rushing up mid. Okie dokie. See you in a bit. Fantastic stuff. The short player is going to get taken down, though, so it's an instant trade from sAw. And Zorti will be back to pick up some nades here, but, yeah, I mean, a way to open it for the individual. For the team, looking a bit shaky. Bomb going to go down onshore alone. Roman with the oversight. If they can get him some support, it becomes a very scary round to get back into for sAw now.
Yeah, I just want to be vaguely aware of possibility of a B player. That smoke used there was actually an attempt to lure a bit of a rotation away from the bomb, but of course there was zero reason to do that. And just, even though he gets his 20th kill, he's out of there. Also might even be trying to cut him off too. Stop this AK from being saved. Never mind, he advances toward window. I thought he might be sticking himself on B, but not the case. And that is the perfect round from forZe. Majority of players alive as well. Orp now available. I said I was confident about their CT side, and I think we might be getting that. So we're going to lose the lead on Dust2 again. Been a painful Challenger League campaign for them so far, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I do not envy them at all. There are things that are difficult about what we do, Trav, and there are things that are incredibly difficult about what the pro players do, for sure. And I think, you know, RMR is one thing, but stomaching those kinds of losses and having to continue to play, yeah, I do not envy at all. Nice find from Just. Again, continues to have an immaculate game of Counter-Strike here. Will go down. But he's drawn a lot of attention. This player's vulnerable on the site. Yeah, Kenzie going to get tagged up and can't really go anywhere. He's very trapped. Flash going to come round. Maybe needs to find a kill or so off of it. It's just going to be a flash to allow him a slightly safer spot. He's got a smoke down as well. And there we go. He's going to get out. Still nothing from these long players. Orp going to get boosted up. This could get dangerous. Doesn't really spot anyone. Doesn't really want to go wide round the corner either. Meanwhile, they are contained, as the technical phrase goes. Norway is in behind. He can see them escaping. And at the very least, they know that they're still towards long.
And Norway's put himself in a dirty spot as well. One you can really predict. Jerry, oh my goodness.
Bro.
Quite literally, as he gets taken down, same tick of the round. His headshot connects to the pit player. Very accurate. Poor Roman trades it. Really, really important second kill, really. Just to keep around as safe as possible. Nice attempt from sAw. Some nice picks there, but... yeah, Jerry, too strong. Too strong! This guy is an IGL mastermind. He's brought up so many players.
Yep.
Through forZe. Obviously, I believe Italy 3 are going to the major as well, the RMR. So, well, the players from that team that Jerry's played with in the past.
Yeah, I mean, probably one of the best interviewees in the game as well.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. I remember one time I asked him 3 very simple questions and he gave me 5-minute responses to each one.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, same. I have that very same thing. He's not afraid to really speak his mind, I suppose, which is what we need more of in the interviews. Sortie with a nice find to open up this round. It takes a fair chunk of HP, but indeed a solid frag. Good timing from Shalfie on the molly as well to keep him away from mid for now. Looking good for forZe, looking very good indeed. 50 seconds remain on the clock, and sAw, they do have some utility. Maybe going to try and split mid. Not the easiest ride here, though.
Little boost for Kenzie long doors as well. Up a blue box. That's almost a certain one, at least 1 for 1 there. 2 toward B, pretty solid. They go toward mid. They have a Norvi in window ready, and Shalfie's even looking toward mid doors as well. He does get destroyed by U-Jerks though. Now Norvi's under a lot of pressure, and he gets both entries. And Stories found Jerry as well. A no-scope somehow, wherever that was. So I'll tell you what, in the space of literally a second and a half, 3 kills have come in, and forZe probably have to save this.
Kenzie finds U-Jerks. Might change things. He will. The Orp's so far away, though. They'd kind of conceded to the save already. Yeah. Maybe if they were together, but Zorta just really not fancying it. Even 2v2, man. Especially when you've got an Orp in the mix. So, rough. But it happens.
It does.
And sAw, they will hold on to their lead. They'll move the scoreline up. And
1 from Shalfie would have been enough, I think. It would have been a shame. It is a shame that we didn't get that one. Maybe if he hides toward car at a bit of a more shallow angle. Maybe if he plays the close left instead. I don't know. Obviously that's nitpicky, but I don't know. In the end, sAw have to be impressed with their entries, with U-Jerks and Story as well. Obviously we don't know how Story got that no-scope, but still.
I don't know, maybe watching mid on his way out. I think Jerry, it looked like he was trying to push through, you know, to help the B players. But yeah, not sure.
Big buy round coming in. If sAw win it, I'll put forZe in a tough spot. If forZe win it, sAw will be in a tough spot. Swing round. A very crucial stage of the game as well. Could be a difference between 13-9 and an even game once again. Long has been taken, sort of mid-round, the minute to go. And he's preparing a smoke to defend against any play. Maybe go for a bit of a one-way on top of it as well. Fnatic have completed their victory over NIP in Pro League, 16-4, 16-4. Loss of 8 rounds. That just doesn't happen much these days. You just don't get blowouts like that, really. Shows you how bad
absolutely.
NIP are.
Yeah, with where the econ is. Yeah, Trav is on the anti-NIP brigade. I can confirm that. I think some moves got to happen after the major, but now it feels like a bit of a weird time. Good find from Jerry. Traded quickly in towards the A-bomb site as the scale picks up for the T side here. Kenzie on top of a smoke, left blind and melting. I think they may well have heard him here. A few bullets around, can't find the kill. He does actually get one before being traded out there. So 3 versus 2, AWP out of Gandalf. Pretty hard spot to get away from. However, there's another AWP, of course, in the mix. And when there's only one player left, Sorty's got the confidence. forZe will answer back. They deny the bomb plant away. It's a great time to pick up a round like that.
Yeah, that's big. Very big. I mentioned the money will be rough. I mean, Just and Roman can buy, and maybe they go for some Galils to have full 5 rifles with okay util, but still, I think it's a bit of a 50-50 call. Very close game. And okay, they're buying half. I actually don't mind this at all. AK armor on both, the 2 players who had the money. And then some pistols to surround it. Trying to set them up. See what they can do. But Shalfie on the secondary AWP, when forZe decide to bring it out on Dust2, can often be a big change up in their setup. And a new look for sAw. And if Shalfie gets going, it would be on a rifle or on an AWP. It's a scary prospect. Just and Roman are in toward mid. And that is so fast. A micro adjustment as well. There with Jerry on the balcony. That is not something you see too often. Alfie's now feeling under pressure as well and doesn't want to keep control of B tunnels, so run boost coming in. Zorta spots it. It does hit the first shot. Problem is the AKs are coming in here and they're coming in a vengeance. 4v3 is forced by could be perfect.
Zorta needs as many as possible, and that is beautiful. He might just have saved the round, to be honest, especially with that third, just the P250, and yeah, way too long of a range to take that fight. Whoa, close. Very, very close indeed. Great round from the young gun. Pretty good CT side here as well. Love to see it. 11-11. sAw once again backs up against the wall. Money not great. They've not had the bomb plants in the past few. So they've not had anything left in the coffers. Yeah, rough stuff. Very, very rough stuff indeed. We'll see. Double up setup. It's pretty expensive to keep going for the CT side as well. So pressure also on them, but they have the option, usually, more often than not, to save if things go south.
Yes. Not in the Asian region, though, of course. I think we saw one save on the CT side. They were retaking B like demons, bless them. Quality to watch, gotta say. Might not have been the correct decisions, but
sometimes it works. I mean, sometimes it does work. Rarely, but sometimes.
The sometimes, when you hit the sometimes, it can be very satisfying. Look where bloody Shalfie is. Goodness me. He's in suicide. And that might be a bit of a weird situation, because now the B bomb site is completely open. forZe need a quick rotation here. Shalfie is going to have that big flag, and he'll have that big flag very quickly too. What can Jerry get done? He needs at least one, you would say, in this scenario. 4v4, they could be locked out again if they're not careful. And look at that, he does jump in to look for something and gets taken out. It's now basically Shalfie. Could get one, does. But needs another from tunnels to make this one a true possibility.
I mean, really needed that surprise factor, right? And it was just totally denied there. Just peeking out, finds another. Going to try and bolster, but with Zorte going down, they will move to save, perhaps. I think more likely than not. Need'll come through, but it's not really going to do too much. Yeah, and they will move to save. Unlucky. Very unlucky indeed, as that flank could have been everything, but although he goes down, the info is just worth its weight in gold there. Of Mutiris, I believe. So yeah, really, really solid stuff.
Yeah, it's so important for them to pounce at that particular stage. Just go for the wallbang. I don't think you can wallbang that, but just try it. I want to see if it... Oh, unlucky.
I'm not sure they were 100% sure of where he was at as well. I think he was a bit further back than where they originally thought.
It's a huge round for sAw, though. That was a little streak being brought through there by forZe. And I think in that sort of scenario as well, with where Shelfie was, with so much information, pushing all the way through as he was, it was very tough to deal with, but Shelfie's making up for it. Goodness me. First of all, just recovers for it. The second one was only with a few bullets left in the clip. He'll definitely be taken down here, but he's done his job. It was 2 for 1. And Kenzie, in all the madness, oh, the clock in his head, the cogs in his head are ticking over, and he realizes that they're so focused on Shelfie that he can just push through long doors. That is a beautiful decision to be made at this particular time as well.
Great angle here for Norway. Spots the shadow go down, finds another, pretty much sealing the deal. Roman certainly do the best that he can. Does find one. Nice timed on the shot. Can get this bomb back then. And maybe gotta watch out. Jerry watching him with the AWP. Don't miss. Uh-oh.
Careful, boys.
Yeah. They're pretty split. He's going A. He's gonna have loads of time on this. I think maybe hoping that, you know, a nade or something comes in to give the game away. Meanwhile, hold from Zorti. Smoke is down. Flash to allow him to cross, but he's playing it differently. Roman with the brain for the 1v4 ace clutch. Norway has no idea where he's going. Bomb goes down. Confirms that it's A. Coming in from short, and I mean, Roman is ready for that. He's feeling it. The hard work's done. The hard work is done. This has got to be the easy kill, right? But Norway kind of playing the time game, making him keep guessing. Oh, and the timing just works against him. The RNG factor. Roman, the skill level, he hit everything. But when it came to that uncontrollable variable, it works against him.
Feels bad, man. That was a fantastic attempt there from Roman. The fact that he played with that smoke toward the cross as well to deal with the open CT was just borderline genius, I think, honestly. That was brilliant. But as you say, he had 7 bullets left to complete it. Wanted to maybe get the ace in one clip, and then didn't matter. Turns away from short at the worst possible time. And forZe win a critical 1v1. But no AWP available in this round for them. They're rifles only. So all the damage that sAw have done might give them a slight advantage with Story on his. Sure, glass cannon. Again, I mentioned the earlier round was the biggest of the game. I think this surpasses it. 12 all. Money on a knife edge for both teams. This is so important. And Mutiris just takes matters into his own hands. Takes down his counterpart IGL, Jerry. Just a dry push through mid.
Speaking of dry pushes, though, Kenzie, good for 1. He just doesn't have the info on anymore. Maybe needed to move back, but it's one of those spots where when you take a fight, you're committing to it. Meanwhile, they're going to go A. They've got the cross smokes. They've got the read here. Pretty solid stuff for sAw, keeping it exciting towards the tail end. Shelfie does have a flank, but how the hell do you get these players who are coming from B inside? Well, thinking about it for a sec, but nothing comes. So another save situation. sAw will find 13.
Yeah, and the save is critical, as we discussed. So back and forth we go. No one can streak clear at the moment. Jerry will be upset that the way this round gets out of hand is just Mutiris dry pushing mid, you know? And actually that shot from Story, from where he was in mid, just sort of below the lip of Cat, is actually not an easy trade from there. Always shooting up with an AWP, and there's only a head to be seen is not easy. Made it look easy. Kenzie could have easily taken both. The round would have had a completely different outcome. As it is, sAw will creep a little bit closer to that victory line.
Going for it here. They're only really able to get an extra gun out, so a little bit problematic, isn't it, actually? I don't know. I'm not sure how to feel about this, to be honest. There's an awful lot of weight on this round, as I like to say. So, if they're winning this one, I think the game comes with it, and we might see ourselves on a third map. To be perfectly honest, all quiet here on Dust2 at the moment. Not a single threat.
Different little setup for forZe in this one. Chalfie's in the boxes on CT. Hasn't budged. And again, we have just the one toward B. That sort of situation scares me a bit. If sAw want to go for a full execute, Norvi would have to go above and beyond. You know what? It's sort of a battle of wits, isn't it, on Dust2? You stack B, you're very open on A. And of course, the retake's being so tough, it's why we do see a lot of saves. Zorta now under a bit of pressure. Jerry flashed to help out his teammate, but there are only 2 players here. The bomb is going toward long. This could be a big find. Zorta on top of the smoke. That was not really necessary, I don't feel like. And now U-Jerks gets Kenzie just, and the big long play. Tell you what, I love that decision. To go for pressure with 2 on short like they did. And then to have 3 still long. It's a slight change up and I love it.
Really cool. Really, really cool. Like I say, I feel like sAw have been running this map an awful lot. Probably over the past, 24 hours or whatever. Feeling a little bit annoyed and obviously wanting to get it in their map pool. As we've touched on, their pool at the minute pretty shallow. So now is a great time, to just sort of experiment and work and pressure off. To be fair, the RMR is a big, big deal. If you have to miss out on ECL this season, fair enough. I'm sure they'll make it back through the relegation and all that good stuff. At the very least, they keep the rifles into this one, but I would imagine another broken buy for this round comes through from forZe. Really not looking too good, and yeah, the game now in sAw's hands.
Yeah, the other game in this group is having a long one as well. 1 win. Evening up the scoreline with 9, winning the second map 16-13, and now 1 each as well. The Challenger League could be in for a long evening here. C-Stream, CSGO C, if you want to see that game. Of course, that's the winner's match. Winner goes to playoffs. This is the elimination match. Loser goes to relegation, and Muteris, goodness me. Could have got them both there. Imagine if he did. As it is, only gets the 1, but Chalfie will be pretty upset that that's the way he gets taken down in this one. An all-important round.
Pretty ready for an A hit, though. And just not peeking, not giving anything. sAw at the same time kind of abusing this fact. Again, really well read. Very ready to burst around these smokes. Jerry, oh, that nade's going to do some damage, Almost nets him 2 frags, not the case. The player on the site as well gets written off. Really solid stuff. The bomb has dropped awkwardly, though, and Roman goes walking into fire. Still looking pretty good. 3 versus 2. Zorte is that player towards short, though, that could really do some damage here. Kenzie as well. Looking pretty good. He finds the 1. And now just Zorte. They don't quite know where he's at. Good find on the first. Can he hold on? Need this round. And he's going to get it. Zorte comes in at the perfect time. Catches them split. And forZe, it's costly. It's so damn hard. But they will keep them off of 15.
Oh my goodness. It couldn't be tighter. Zorta flicking around there. I mentioned his style. Always fun to watch. And you can see him on eyes on stalks, looking for that final player walking up to the A site. Successfully takes both. keeping his team alive in this one, in this second map. Force coming in. It's a perfect time to do it, I would say. Such a critical stage of the game. Inferno as a decider if we need it. sAw need 2 to reach it. forZe need 3. sAw, so close. The last 2 days. 16-14 and an overtime loss. Yesterday, 16-13 and a question mark on the second map today. They've been within touching distance of every single map they've played this season in Challenger League. Surely they can't lose another one.
Just opens up. They just go contact him through mid. Because why not? And they're going to fake out the mid to B. However, Shalfie with a flash spots that there's no one there and starts to retake control. Gotta be an A plate. All signs point towards short and they would be correct. Quick rotate here. Really quick rotate, actually, so could get problematic. They're going to leave things open. Oh. Flash is perfect. Sortate for 3. And it's fallen apart. Oh, goodness gracious. Get red. sAw with the fantastic play, the fantastic mid-rounds all throughout this half. Well, now it's forZe. Surely not, right? All 30 going to be required here. The money not there for sAw. So the best they can hope for is the overtime unless they want to go deep for a Hail Mary.
Oh, no.
Not again. Not again, they say.
Oh, no. Not again is the word to describe this. Zorta again, stepping up when he needed to. Perfect flashes from forZe and the perfect stack choice as well. Zorta gets the first. And sAw are left with a Glock and 3 Deagles in this round. Looking their way up long. forZe haven't put as much focus on it this time, but there's no set of armor on any of these players. Kinsey spotted though. He's the only player here, but he gets both. Very well played. Even finished off the last as well. Just is left 1v4 with just an M4 picked up. Sure, he's got himself onto B, but he is miles away. And there it is. What a time for forZe to step up. And for some of the players too as well. sAw forced into pots and pans in the previous round, have a bye. But they need this one to get to OT. And going by the previous couple, forZe do not want to let it get there.
Series point as it comes up on the hood. Let's see. Early long utility. Not a bad read here. Smoking a flash to come around the corner. Nade going to do some decent damage. They have got the long control. Oh my goodness. The counter flash is gorgeous. Kensey going to find a double. Oh, and look at this. He's denied the ace away, but they will win the game. What has just happened? Good God. 16-14 and another heartbreaking loss. That's now 4 maps in a row for sAw. You really do have to feel for them, but that little comeback there from forZe, I mean, absolutely deserved of the win. Some fantastic rounds.
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that is an absolute heartbreaker for sAw. Again, I mean, let's just read through it for a second.